Okay, welcome to the Chapter 3, Part 1 of the subject Institutional Correction. First, we're going to introduce ourselves to the seven penal institutions of the Philippines. So, this penal institution is under the supervision of the Bureau of Corrections, or the BUCOR, which is also directly under the Department of Justice. So, what we're talking about here, the institutions, penal institutions are prisons, not jails. So it houses more serious offenders and those who are already convicted with a sentence of more than 3 years. So convicted. But not all the time na convicted lang ang nandito. So these are the seven penal institutions. The New Bilibid Prison in Muntinlupa, Correctional Institution for Women in Mandaluyong City, the Iwahig Prison and Penal Farm in Puerto Princesa, the Sublime Prison and Penal Farm in Occidental Mindoro, the San Ramon Prison and Penal Farm in Zamboanga City, the Leyte Regional Prison in Abuyog Leyte, and the Davao Prison and Penal Farm in Panabo, Davao Province. Now, as you can notice, as you have noticed, may prison tsaka penal farm. So, anong pagkakaiba? Of course, it's easy. Yung prison is isang structure talaga, isang building na kung saan doon ka ikukulong. While naman yung penal farm, meron talaga silang farm in which these farms produce crops, agricultural crops. So, kung sino yung mga prisoners na magtatrabaho doon, mag, I don't know if it's voluntary kasi hindi naman nakalagay na it's that prisoners are forced to work or voluntary ba. But what's certain is that kung sino mang yung nagtatrabaho, kung ano mang yung mga proceeds doon, yung ginansya sa pagbenta ng mga crops, may part partially partially mapupunta doon sa nagtrabaho na prisoner. So may ginansya. Merong kita yung prisoner. Okay. First is the new Bilibid Prison. History. The old Bilibid Prison, before it became new, occupied a rectangular piece of land that was part of the Mayhalik Estate in the heart of Manila. So bale, eto pala dati nasa sentro ng Manila. The old prison was established by the Spanish colonial government. So it was it was made during the Spanish regime. Due to increasing crime, the Commonwealth Act number 67 was enacted and a new prison was built in Muntinlupa. So this was after the rule of the Spaniards. So I think this was after or before Japanese invaded the Philippines. So because crime was increasing tapos medyo congested na yung prison, so gumawa ng ibang prison doon located sa Muntinlupa. Ang Muntinlupa sits quite a few miles southeast of the heart of Manila, so medyo malayo, on the shores of Laguna de Bay. Construction began on New Bilibid in 1936 with a budget of 1 million pesos. In 1940, the prisoners' equipment and facilities were transferred from Old Bilibid to the new prison. So, the remnants of the old facility was used by the City of Manila as its detention center known today as Manila City Jail, and in 1941, the new facility was officially named the New Bilibid Prison. So bale, nung old Bilibid Prison pa, gumawa ng bago kasi dumadami yung mga criminals. yung mga prisoners. So gumawa ng bago doon sa Muntinlupa. Nasa ano 'yan, nasa south ng Luzon. Tapos unti-unting nililipat yung mga gamit from old to new, to the new facility. And then afterwards in 1941 pinalitan na rin yung pangalan ng yung new prison facility pinalitan ng New Bilibid Prison. Tsaka yung old Bilibid Prison ginawang detention center, which is the Manila City Jail. So hindi na siya prison, detention center na lang. Okay, as you can see, ito yung location sa Muntinlupa. Next, electrocution was held here in the New Bilibid Prison. Recreation like basketball is also available, and religious masses by missionaries were also held on a daily basis. So education is also available: elementary, high school, vocational courses, and commerce. So in New Bilibid Prison, recreation, religion, and education was being given. So yun yung mga services in order to help the prisoners reform, so that when they are released, when they have served their sentence, they can contribute to the society. Tsaka makakahanap din sila ng trabaho. The total land area is 254.73 hectares. So medyo maliit. Actually, malaki yan, but compared to others, maliit siya. Okay, next is the Correctional Institution for Women, or the CIW. History. It is established on 1931 to address the need for a female superintendent. Before this institution was made, female inmates were confined in the old Bilibid prison. So, kasama sa mga lalaki. At present, it has a separate budget for the needs of female prison. So, nung kalaunan, nakita nila na kinahanglan i-separate yung female sa male. Kasi naman, alam mo naman, different sexes, mga hardcore criminals yung kasama, baka kung ano pang mangyari. So at present, binigyan din ng separate budget yung women pala, hindi women's, kasi may mga needs yung babae na hindi kailangan ng lalaki, tulad ng pagregla. Merong budget talaga na nilalaan para dyan. So, the total land area is 18 hectares. So, ito yung pinakamaliit. And is located in Mandaluyong, Metro Manila. So, ito yung location niya. Medyo malapit din sa Muntinlupa. Okay? Next is the Iwahig Penal Colony. History. The primary purpose is to serve as an institution for incorrigibles. So, yung mga criminals talagang na grabe ka-hardcore, yung ayaw talaga, yung maliit na talaga yung chance na ma-reform sila. It was later changed to a colony for well-behaved and declared tractable prisons. So nakita nila na parang maluwag yung institution sa Iwahig. So ang ginawa nila is nilipat doon sa New Bilibid Prison yung mga incorrigible prisoners. Tapos nagiging institusyon siya para sa mga prisoners na hindi talaga matitigas yung ulo, o yung mga kahit minimum supervision lang ay hindi sila tatakas. Since there were no walls, only mutual trust and confidence between the wards and prisons authorities keep them together. So, eto yung location niya sa Iwahig. At present, the Iwahig Penal Colony is the world's most open penal institution. It has a land area of 36,000 hectares and is located at Puerto Princesa City, Palawan. It is divided into four colonies, namely Santa Lucia, Inagawan, Montible, and the Central Sub-Colony. After release, an inmate has the choice to stay and live in the Tagumpay settlement. So, bali, dito sa Iwahe, um, parang meron lang silang schedule kung kailan sila, ano, when they are going to present in order parang check attendance sa warden kung they are still inside. And also, even if they are prisoners, they can invite their family to live with them. So, ito yung pinaka-unique na prison facility, even all over the world. Kasi walang walls, and after that, kung masaya na yung prisoner, kahit natapos na yung sentence niya, na-serve na niya, meron pa rin siyang choice kung gusto niyang manirahan pa rin sa loob ng penal colony. Okay? Next is the Sublime Prison and Penal Farm. History. It was created because of the increase of inmates in the new Bilibid prison. Land area is 16,190 hectares and is located at the Virgin Islands in Sablayan, Occidental Mindoro. So, parang extension siya kasi ginawa siya kasi dumadami na talaga yung mga criminals na nakukulong sa New Bilibid. So, after ng nung Japanese War. So, eto yung location niya. Nandito. Okay. Next is San Ramon Prison and Penal Farm. Okay, medyo malapit sa atin to. History. It was originally made for people who are convicted of political crimes. So this was during the time of the Spanish regime. So kung sino yung mga against sa pamamalakad ng Spanish, sino yung mga nagre-rebelde, dito sila ikinukulong. Kahit na hindi naman mga rebelde, basta mga let's say against sa isang let's say administration, Spanish administration, doon ikukulong. Wala kasing proper due process of law dati. So, medyo maraming nakukulong na mga Pilipino dito. It is the oldest penal facility and prisoners are required to do agricultural work. So, eto na. They are mandatory to do agricultural work. So at present, it has 75,000 coconut trees and it cultivates other crops such as corn, rice, papaya, and others. So, kita mo, 75,000 coconut trees. Wow, grabe yung income doon. So, we don't know if it was properly audited. So, what's sure is that the prisoners in there were made to use or were being used so that the prison facility has budget for their meals and other expenditures. So, the land area is 1,546 hectares and is located in Zamboanga City. So, ito yung location niya. Medyo malapit na talaga sa dulo. Okay. Next is the Leyte Regional Prison. History. It was established a year after the declaration of martial law. It was not well developed due to the lack of funding, and it only houses 500 inmates and is located at Abuyog, Leyte. So, yung pinaka parang ano, noticeable na fact about this prison is it was made after a year after the martial law. So it's highly probably that um, Marcos is the one who established this prison. Next, okay, this is the location in Visayas. Next is the Davao Prison and Penal Farm. History, it is the first penal prison administered by a Filipino. So, during the time kasi, ah, Spanish yung kadalasan na namumuno sa prison. Approximately, it is 30,000 hectares and dati 18,000 but at present 30,000 na siya kasi merong nadagdag and it is located at the districts of Panabo and Tagum, Davao del Norte. Abaca, rice, and others are being cultivated or grown or planted. So after they partnered with the Tagum Development Company, nadagdagan ng 3,000 hectares na naging banana plantation. So bali, that was 18,000 hectares plus 3,000 hectares, 21. But at present, dinagdagan pa. Kasi nakita nila na productive. Talagang merong kita yung government. So hindi lugi. Doble yung purpose. Nakaka-reform ka na ng isang kriminal. At the same time, tinuturuan mo din sila na kung paano magtrabaho and also may kita din ang gobyerno. So, it's a very ideal system. Ito yung location niya. Nasa North Davao siya. Sa may Panabo. Okay. Here's your activity for the week. Among the 7 prisons in the Philippines, do a small research and pick one that you think is the best and explain why. So, mamimili ka dun sa 7 prisons na nabanggit and of course, hindi ka lang gagawa ng you will just pick one then explain kung bakit, kasi ganito, ganyan. Of course, you will back it up with data, yung facts. For instance, I pick Iwahig kasi grabe yung freedom. Nababago talaga yung tao. Parang ganun ba? But dapat with facts. Dapat lagyan nga in the year 2000 na Iwahig was or has produced and it gave additional revenue to the government. Ang ganun. These facts can be found in the internet. So, your answer should be at least 100 words. Hindi ko na gagawing 500 words kasi hindi lang to yung subject na inaatupag nyo. So, as usual, deadline is 1 week. So, do not stress yourselves. Just give it a little time. Okay? So, good luck.